What's up, guys? So I got a great question from somebody today about what to do, what kind of stretches to do when you travel for long distances. So maybe like a long drive that you're going on for your summer vacation, or maybe you're on a plane going somewhere. And this is a great question for this time of year because there's a lot of people going away, a lot of people driving long distance. So the first thing I'm going to say is, to me, if you've been sitting for a long time, it doesn't make sense to do really long static stretches. And what that means is that you're holding your stretches for long periods. Plus, usually you're getting out of your car on the side of the road. You're trying to do it in a timely fashion. So to do static stretches doesn't really make sense for this scenario. What I would suggest doing is more of what's called a ballistic stretch or dynamic stretching. So ballistic stretching is more like soft, light bouncing in your stretches, and dynamic stretching is just big movements that open up and stretch out the muscles. So a good example for the lower body, because the lower body gets really tight when you're sitting in a car, your hip flexors are flexed and your glutes are also strained quite a bit when you've been sitting for a long time. So the first one that you can do, you're going to stand with your feet just past shoulder width apart for most people. You can adjust that depending on how flexible your legs are and how tight they feel. But what you're going to do is you're going to go down, you're going to do 5 bounces each time. You can do 3, 5, 10, but let's just say 5 for time's sake. Again, you're probably going to be trying to cut your time down a little bit so you can get back on the road. So what I want you to do, keep your chest up, bend your body forwards and bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, big reach. Okay, and you can repeat that a few times until you start to feel the hamstrings start to loosen up a little bit. The other big one that we mentioned was the hip flexor. So a good one that you can do for this is find a soft piece of ground, maybe some grass or something, and you can go down onto one knee here. So when you're down on one knee, you can already feel a stretch if you flex your glute and rotate your pelvis upwards. So you're going to do that, and I already feel a stretch here. And now what I'm going to do is just some really light bouncing forwards into my front knee. Just coming in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then out. And do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're getting a nice stretch into that hip flexor that gets really tight when you're sitting. The other thing that gets really tight is your shoulders and your chest. So a couple good things you can do, some dynamic stretches. One is just big arm circles, just loosening up the shoulder joint and rotating your arm as you circle. You can do that on both sides, forwards and backwards circles, and that can be really helpful. And the last one I'm going to show you guys that can be really helpful is just some side arm swings. So from here, you're just going to give yourself a big hug and stretch the back of your shoulders, and then you're going to open up, chin up high, and open your palms up to the sky. And then you're going to give yourself a big hug, chin down, and then open up, palms up to the sky, and you're going to get a nice stretch throughout your chest and also throughout the back of your shoulders. I really hope this video helps with the person who asked the question and anybody else who might be traveling and wants to keep things loose. And if you guys have any questions ever, please send them my way. I want to bring you guys as much value as I possibly can and help you guys in any way, shape, or form. I'll see you guys next time.